Hello everyone! Welcome to our vlog. This is Kate from Wild Tales Of. If you're new here on YouTube and on my blog wildtalesof.com, I share about family travel and outdoor adventure. If you have been following along, you might have noticed that, and if not, then I'll catch you up. You might have noticed we had a bunch of videos from our trip to Maui, and so that was a couple weeks ago. Actually, I think it has been a month since we left for Maui, which is crazy to think. So now we are getting into sharing about the holidays. So we are definitely getting into the Christmas spirit and just really enjoying all of the activities and all of the events and things and happenings that are going on here in Seattle, which you'll definitely see. But today we wanted to share a little bit about our things that we do for Advent and kind of how we plan for this whole month of fun and joy and all of that and giving. And so we've shared about it before. I'll link that video up here, one of the ways. And so you can learn all about our Advent. But basically, along with a couple of ways of just marking and counting down the days until Christmas, we have an activity Advent, and it has proved to be a great way for us to be able to spread out all of the different things that we want to do and kind of plan ahead. And so what I do is I look at the calendar and figure out all the different things that we want to do. And so then each day gets a different activity, and it could be a very simple thing like making a snowflake, or it could be a little bit more elaborate and involved like going to see Santa Claus, but just like a little bit more exciting. So like going to a big event, like going to Seattle U. So what did we do at Seattle U?
Well, we went to church for an hour, and then we went. There was a bunch of food and like cookies and like hot chocolate.
But what was the main thing that they did?
There was a big tree lighting.
There's a big tree lighting, yes. Now that Bergen brought that up, I didn't do a whole video on that, but I will share some of it with you right here because we have a few clips that we took from that evening.
3, 2, 1, see ya!
And that's the light that as a Jesuit institution.
Oh, we missed it. Did you see the tree?
Woo! Georgia?
Where's the Christmas tree?
It's right there. So that was super fun. We got to meet Santa there, and Bergen got to meet the Red Hawk, who's the mascot for Seattle U. And I don't know if I said it in any of those clips, but I went to Seattle University for graduate school, and so we were invited to this as alumni, like to this special Advent Mass and tree lighting. So that was a lot of fun. And they had amazing hot chocolate,
Like a ton of whipped cream and marshmallows.
cookies.
And I put my cookie in my hot chocolate.
Wow. Okay, so let's go back to
macaroni and cheese.
Yeah,
really good macaroni and cheese. So let's go back to today. We are at number 8, Georgia. Go ahead and take out number 8. And then you give it to Bergen. And what does it say, Bergen?
Library plus donate toys.
Well, we already went to the library, so that's checked off the list, right? So donate toys, what does that mean? What do we do?
Go through a room and get things that we don't need.
And something that's still in good condition, but maybe you've outgrown it. for you're not interested in anymore and you want to pass it along to another child, right?
Yes.
Okay, so are you guys ready to go run to your rooms and gather up some things that you don't need
Yeah.
anymore? Okay, ready. On your mark. Get set. Hey, wait. Go! So while the kids are doing that, I did a little bit of research, and which just means that I Googled places that take donated toys or places to donate your used toys to, and I just thought I would share. I will go ahead and put those ideas on the screen and also link the article below. It was from Good Housekeeping, and it just has ideas on what to do and places that will take them. Obviously, there are thrift stores that will take used toys, and the other thing I wanted to point out, and it didn't even dawn on me like before I was reading the article, but it's something that we do, is that we utilize our Buy Nothing group, and actually it goes both ways. So we're part of a Buy Nothing group. If you're not familiar with that, it is a group on Facebook. For our neighborhood, at least, it's on Facebook. I don't know if it's any other places, but you join a group based on your neighborhood, and then when people have things that they no longer need but are still in good condition, and that even goes for food sometimes, you post it in your Buy Nothing group, and if you're interested in it, then you just comment, and then somehow you make arrangements for picking those things up. And so it's a great way to get different toys and books and clothing and other household items, and especially when you're trying to instill giving in your children, where maybe you don't want to have money exchanged, they can go through and find things that they're no longer needing, and that helps you kind of purge, especially because you know that gifts are coming into the house. So just wanted to share that, and we'll see how the kids are doing. We have done this kind of recently, especially with Georgia, so it'll be interesting to see if they're able to find anything. I think that they will. Bergen brought up, can I donate books? And for this purpose, I said no, because we were just picking out toys and games and things like that. But donating books is something that we do throughout the year, because books are constantly coming in, and so we like to make sure that we need enough space to hold our books. There's so many little free libraries in our neighborhood that the kids are constantly getting books in, and of course they're getting them for birthdays and other holidays and things like that. So donating books is something that we have put on our activity advent calendar before, and so that's just another idea. Okay, here's what Bergen's come up with. Oh yeah, that makes sense. I think you guys are kind of grown out of that and kind of finished with that. That's a good game though. Another bingo game. Is this a puzzle?
Yeah.
Yeah. Another puzzle. Oh, and another puzzle. Nice. Bergen found this fire truck. See, it just takes having a different mindset sometimes and going through and realizing that you just don't play with certain things anymore. I'd say this is pretty good. I think they did a pretty good job. It was a good exercise for them to go through and see the things that they don't actually play with or use, things that they've outgrown. So before we call it a day, I just wanted to share a couple more resources with you. If you might be looking for Advent ideas. Maybe this season is already busy enough for you, but these ideas, I feel like they give you more of a feeling like the reason for the season, kind of like gets you away from the hustle and bustle. So many of the ideas kind of make you think about what this December holiday Christmas season is all about. So these are just a few resources that I've found over the years, and they might be helpful to you. So the first one is this calendar, and it's from 1000 Hours Outside, and it's obviously, so with the name, it's things to do outside, things that are more outside focused. A lot of them are great for if you live in more of a cold climate, and so it's not broken down in a calendar, but you can cut these out and do what you like and kind of put them into your own calendar, and there's even a spot to make up your own activity. So that gives lots of fun ideas. This is a calendar from another YouTube channel called Summers in Alaska. And so they do every year a random acts of Christmas kindness calendar. Every day in December up until Christmas, there is a different activity, something kind to do for others, whether it's in your community or elsewhere, just different ideas. So today's make someone a homemade gift or pay for someone's coffee. Make cards for your local nursing home. Lots of great ideas, and you can kind of see them in action. There's Summers in Alaska on YouTube. And then these last ones are from the same place. It's from Tales of a Mountain Mama, and she did a great job of dividing them out. So she's got activity ideas for cold and snowy climates, so snow being the big important thing. Then she's got cold climates but no snow. That's kind of more like here in Seattle. Although we don't have to drive too far for snow. And then activities for warm climates. So you can print those out, and she also, I noticed, she has a low ink version as well. So you can go to her website, it's Tales of a Mountain Mama, and those are free, and you can just print them out for some more ideas of activities to do during this December holiday season. If you have an Advent tradition, if you have an Advent activity tradition, we would love to hear more about it. Make sure to keep following along because we are going to be continuing on and sharing different activities. So tomorrow we're going to be headed to one of our Seattle parks. They have a fun holiday evening coming up, so be sure to be on the lookout for that. And just other things that we do, going and seeing lights, and of course going to see Santa, going shopping, all those things. We'd love to hear your different traditions and whether or not you divide it out and you have a special place for those different activities, or before we had this handy contraption where there's little doors and spots for each of the activities. What I did was just make a chain, and so just a chain with pieces of paper, and so I just did a little countdown chain, and then each day we ripped off the chain to see what the activity was that day. But anyway, thanks so much for joining us. Hope you're doing really well, and if you enjoyed the video, we would love for you to give us a thumbs up, and we'd love for you to consider subscribing so that you can join us on all of these adventures in December, and of course beyond, all of our travel and outdoor adventures after that. So we hope you're staying happy and healthy, and we hope you are getting out and having some brave, wild adventures, and we'll see you next time. Bye!